Welcome back to Cow Park Bros. Jason and I are fresh off the segment about the growing number of Americans moving to Mexico. In the third and final segment of the show, we're going to be talking about a dear old friend of the podcast. And by I say dear old friend, I mean a real deplorable asshole named Alex Jones.
He's one of your favorite people, Terrence. He's on the list. Don't lie.
He's on a short list. Jason, let me tell you something about Alex Jones. How Alex Jones has managed to make any money is pretty reprehensible. And we've already covered the Sandy Hook parents actually, fighting Alex Jones and winning their lawsuit. But the reason why Alex Jones is coming up this week is because Alex Jones's lawyers are literally doing the devil's work for him. And what I mean by that is, in the middle of his defamation trial, Alex Jones's lawyers accidentally sent over all of the entire contents of his phone, his cell phone, to the lawyers for one of the Sandy Hook parents. So imagine just gift wrapping that evidence and handing it over to the other side.
The judge asked, hey, how did you obtain this evidence? Well, you gave it to me.
Now, I'm going to use a quote from NBC News. Mark Banks, and a lawyer for the parents of one of the children killed in the 2012 Sandy Hook Elementary School massacre and who are now suing Jones, said during the proceedings that 12 days ago, his attorneys messed up and sent me a digital copy of every text and email from Jones's phone. After Banks told Jones that the Sandy Hook parents' legal team had access to years of his texts and emails, he asked Jones, "Do you know what perjury is?"
Well, do you, punk? I was talking to you, Terrence. You know what perjury is?
I know it involves lying in a court of law. That's what it involves.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah. And so he literally had all the receipts. And he gift wrapped it to him. His legal team gift wrapped it. This is because it's happening to Alex Jones. That's why it's a story. Because the Sandy Hook conspiracy theories are the things of legend. They're disgusting. I need to state that plainly. Like, if you don't hear me say anything else in this show, any conspiracy theories about crisis actors or any of that bullshit when parents literally couldn't hug their kid that night, those are disgusting. And you need serious psychiatric help if you're actually still spreading that bullshit. I'm sorry. Has to be said. But the real star of the show here is they got him. They got him, dog. Because Alex Jones has been running a sham, trying to say that I wasn't trying to, perpetuate these conspiracy theories. And then, of course, the lawyers for the Sandy Hook parents will say, "Dog, you're literally running with this shit like it's flag football, right here." And that's signing off on one of those conspiracy theories 5 years later. That's 5 years after these parents had to bury their kids. So yeah, it's disgusting. Disgusting then, disgusting now, disgusting forever. Just a reminder, parents of the Sandy Hook's victims are suing Alex Jones for $150 million. And so, because these parents of the Sandy Hook victims are on his ass, he does what most people do when they really afraid they're about to lose they shirt. They start saying things aren't worth as much as they actually are. And so not only did those text messages indicate, oh, Alex Jones effectively saying, oh yeah, I'm running with this. But also, the documents also showed clearly InfoWars is worth a fuck ton more than Alex Jones tried to say it was worth. According to Bankson, there are several days in 2018 in which InfoWars made over $800,000 per day. Now, what's interesting is Alex Jones didn't say there certainly wasn't a day where they didn't make $800,000 per day, but he tried to say that some of the higher profit days came during the week of CPAC, which is the conservative conference. And the reason why that matters is because earlier in this trial, Alex Jones was trying to allege that his company made $200,000 per day,
which is still a very high amount for a lot of businesses. Maybe not for them, but that's still, you ain't broke. But yeah, so that's really what one of the big things was when it comes to the lawyers. Accidentally, we'll say, turn over those documents that pretty much flushed his bankruptcy argument out of the water. Because, like you mentioned, $800,000 a day, even if it was just for a year. So what? You got to prove where that money is. If you broke, okay, show me where the money go. So, and obviously they couldn't do that. Hence why yesterday, part of the reason why the judge ruled Alex Jones and says Sandy Hook defamation case can proceed in Connecticut, because nothing's stopping you from paying this money if you lose, and that's it. Now, personally, I think I don't have as harsh of feelings towards the guy as you do, but he's definitely one of those people where I don't give a damn about. And thankfully, neither does the law, because again, you ain't broke. Your company ain't broke. You did this stuff when it comes to saying it's a hoax. You've recently even admitted that you recognize that it wasn't a hoax. And now it's going to be time to pay. Simple as that. It's going to be time to pay. He's going to have to give up that $150 million. I'm sure he's got it, or if not, he can get it. And that's going to be the end of that. And what's really interesting to me, though, is that I've seen Alex Jones do interviews since all the Sandy Hook stuff when it comes to doing stuff with Joe Rogan, which I know that we have an opinion about Joe Rogan, where he's still saying outlandish and ridiculous things that don't seem to be based on truth. It seems to be based off of opinions, based off what he thinks is a fact, but really isn't. When Joe Rogan calls you out live on his show, that probably should be a sign of, you know what, maybe I need to calm down. And it's funny because during that interview, and I wish I could pull it back up and kind of reference it more, but you can tell Alex Jones is kind of realizing, you know what, maybe I was wrong about this. Maybe I shouldn't have gone so hard at this. And, so maybe, this will teach him a lesson. Maybe he'll realize that, you know what, maybe I need to watch what I say. Because obviously so me and you, obviously we have this show, right? Which can be heard by anybody all over the world. copypopbros.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Plug. You can listen to the show. Now, with that being said, our voices don't carry as much weight as somebody like him. So if I was to say Sandy Hook was a hoax, which it wasn't, it's going to weigh a lot different than what he says. And that's maybe something else he needs to think about as well, which he knows it. He knows when he says stuff, it's going to ring loud, especially now. So again, that $150 million, it's going to be a hard lesson for him to watch what he says. And if you say it, you better be able to back it up with the reality and probably not say something stupid when it comes to somebody losing their lives, especially when there's children involved. What else you got, dog?
I mean, your point is noted. I don't care if, and your point is specifically, yeah, more people listen to Alex Jones. Yeah. And that's fucking sad, because this person is literally lying for sport and money. And I can't decide which one's worse.
So then he should be a politician.
No.
That was a joke. Move on. That was a joke.
He should. I am enjoying the chickens coming home to roost on this one, because Alex Jones, to quote, he has showed his ass for a very long time. He has terrorized these Sandy Hook parents. He has perpetrated, all the shit going down right now with, the January 6th, the Stop the Steal bullshit, Liz Cheney literally having to fight for her motherfucking life at her own party, because people would rather embrace crazy than reason. He's had a role in that. He's absolutely had a role in that. And I don't give a shit if he's got $5 to his name. Guess what? It's no longer his anymore.
Can I borrow $5? Alex, you got $5, Alex? No. Give me $1.02.
Now you're sounding like I'm gonna get you, sucker.
That was a point. I'm glad you got it. Folks, if you don't know, that's an old school movie back in the day. It was a play on the old blaxploitation movies. Check it out. Keenan Ivory Wayans, so forth and so forth. Check it out.
But yeah, I am personally relieved, and it really shouldn't take you jeopardizing your entire fortune, because for every dollar that he earned, it's covered in sin. And I, for one, will not weep for this man. So, with that said, that concludes the segment on Alex Jones and his lawyers effectively gift wrapping this defamation case to the Sandy Hook parents. And with
Christmas
that,
in August.
we'll wrap up the show.